Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the University YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I'm helping you break through your barriers and transcend limitations you may have. So, today, I want to make a video on manifesting with the shifting timelines. So, I've made some manifestation videos before. It's been a while. I do have a playlist on that. Check it out. Timelines are shifting very, very fast based on where I'm focusing my energy right in front of my eyes. It's almost like you're watching The Matrix. It has crashed a little bit. You can see all the things going on in the world. Changes are happening. So it's very important right now to keep your state of being stable. What creates your reality? Your beliefs about yourself and about whatever your manifestation is. And then also your state of being, which some people interchangeably say that as your vibration. The great thing is, the veil is really thin right now. I've made some videos. I have Cosmic Event playlists too, where I talk about some of the recent Cosmic Events. We had the 10-10 portal, 11-11 portal. We have all these new moons. We have the eclipse season. We have a lot of things going on. With the Earth shifting frequency right now, sending, whatever word you want to call it, the veil is very thin. You have a stronger connection to your higher self, divine guidance, spirit guides, people on the other side. The downloads are coming in. So, it can be overwhelming. It can actually overwhelm your nervous system, which then affects your state of being or vibration, which then can negatively impact your reality. I've seen this happen right before my eyes. We talk about when the Earth raises in frequency, let's just say things of a lower frequency are going to come to the surface. Things are going to be illuminated for your awareness to transmute these things and things that need to heal. So for me, I had done all this inner work. I did all the shadow work. I know that healing is like a never-ending process, right? But I'm seeing things manifest so quickly right now because the veil is thinner. Like, I'm literally thinking of things, like believing in something, feeling into something, right? It pops right in front of me. And this goes positive and negative. The things I don't want to. I've had something that I literally envision in my mind's eye. It was a limiting belief I had from the past. It was something that, I guess, a past trauma, emotional trauma, that I hadn't healed yet, and it manifested like that. It was exactly how I envisioned it. It almost creeped me out. I was like, oh my god. But I did kind of stay in that vibration. The more I stayed in that vibration and believed that about the situation and was vibrating at that frequency, the more I saw it like shoot in front of my eyes, right? It was literally like a billboard, like, oh. Even though it was actually kind of painful, it was good because it brought awareness to what I still needed to work on. That obviously wasn't healed because I interpreted a situation as a certain way that maybe there was a partial truth, but that wasn't the full truth, but I fed into that. I gave energy to that reality, and I literally manifested it. And then I switched, right? So then when I did, I stabilized my state of being. I got back into a neutral spot. I allowed myself to feel my emotions, purge it out a little bit. I kind of shifted my focus elsewhere, back on myself, and stabilizing myself, did a lot of breathwork meditation. I do a lot to recover from that, because it was something that triggered like a past experience I had. And it was kind of weird, like I thought I worked on that, but whatever, it's okay, there's levels to healing, some more shadow work I need to do. So then I shifted the way I was believing and feeling about the same situation. It's hard to jump from like a negative to a positive. You're in a loop, you're in a mental loop, right? You're believing this reality, you're feeling into it like it's real. Guess what? It's manifesting quick. And that's why a lot of people are freaking out right now, especially people who haven't done shadow work, or they aren't maybe or aware, or they're just going through spiritual awakening out. I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anybody or anyone else's, but I've done a lot of work on this stuff. So I've seen it. So I'm actually just trying to give you advice from what I've seen. It can be overwhelming. And then you get all the downloads and it's like, oh my god. You just want to like crawl up under your covers or like hide from the world. Which is fine. Sometimes that's what you need to do. If that's what you need to do to be stable. Because you have a lot of sensory overload. It can be overwhelming. So what I had to do to get out of this mindset, I was in a loop. I kept creating the situation and it kept like showing itself to me in many different aspects. It was like the synchronicities were crazy. Like everywhere I looked, I felt like someone had like put some magic on me. It was like some crazy thing. So I shifted kind of just more neutral because it's too big of a jump, a vibrational jump, to go from like that low to that high, especially when you're in a loop. It's almost impossible. So you kind of take it steps at a time, right? So if you're in a reality you don't want, and maybe you have some limiting beliefs you work on, I have some affirmations I listen to at night. Dylan James actually has really good ones on self-concept at night, when you can listen to at night, if you're having things of unworthiness or fear, or just and actually he even works on stabilizing your nervous system, because sometimes your nervous system can't handle when like all these good vibrations, these new things, success, relationships, right, come in, your nervous system kind of freaks out. It's not used to it. It's like, oh my God, it's overwhelmed. And then you have all these frequency shifts going on the planet. Then you have other people's fears going on. Other people's are projecting stuff onto you. It can be overwhelming. So you have to do what you can to be stable. I made a video on stabilizing your nervous system with manifestation as well. So what can you do to be like, to keep it cool? Your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality, right? Which I say consists of your beliefs and your feeling state, your vibration. So what can you do to just neutralize and stable, to at least get out of panic mode, to get out of like freaking out mode? I mean, I do breathwork, meditation. Sometimes I just need to take a space away from the things that are triggering me. For me, things are showing up. It was like on social media. It was like everywhere I went, I was like, oh my gosh. I could see this is like a matrix that I created. So I completely shifted this by really just putting the focus back on myself. I was focusing on a circumstance, something outside of myself, and was giving something too much power over my well-being. A situation that was really just triggering a limited belief I had. And I figured out later that wasn't even the total situation. There's a lot more to it. That was a part of it, but I was so hyper-focused on this little thing because it wasn't that little to me, because it triggered a traumatic experience from my past. So even though there's a bunch of good things, I was hyper-focusing on this, then it consumed me and it became my whole reality. I watched how I focused back on myself, took a step away, prioritized myself, did things that made me happy, breathwork, meditated, even binaural beats. I did even like a hypnosis. Sometimes I know I can be kind of extreme, so I had to pull myself back to like a more balanced state, right? And I watched how I changed, and I listened to some affirmations that were kind of about the limiting belief I had. I even had superfoods to get back into a stable state. I watched this situation shift. Now, was it the best? Did it go from super hot, low, super high? No, but it got back to a neutral, then it got better, and I started to feel better about it, and I literally watched this circumstance completely shift. It's almost weird, like I literally watch it shift in front of my eyes. Like I watch it go from this to this. Timelines are shifting really quick. Problem is sometimes you get intrusive thoughts. So how do you stop intrusive thoughts? Meditate, breath work, you listen to those affirmations at night. And I started to feel stable, and then I didn't really care. It didn't trigger me as much. And then I noticed when I stopped putting my energy, my focus on it, and letting my vibration and well-being depend on that situation to feel good, it almost like disappeared. I almost didn't care about it. And maybe there was still a little bit of that trying to trigger me, and I just didn't care. Because I put the energy back on myself. I was putting way too much energy on that situation, and even other people, right? That's what we do as empaths sometimes. I was like neglecting myself. If that's how that situation manifested anyway, I'm not going to go into what it is, but because I was taking the focus off myself. So that's one aspect of it. Also, accepting the present moment. We're so focused on ascending. We're so focused on getting to the next level. I want to go this timeline. Oh, yeah, I worked on my beliefs. I worked on my vibration. Okay, so let's say you are at a stable state and you actually are manifesting things you want, right? And you might feel like you're self-sabotaging a little bit. It's a little bit, oh my gosh, this is happening, that's cool, but you're going with it. You're kind of going with energy flow, right? But there is a transition stage. So sometimes you're in between realities. Because you have one foot in this reality, the old one foot in the new one. The beliefs and vibration on that are probably stronger of the old one. That one is still more persistent. You'll see that reality is more prevalent because you've already put so much energy on that reality. That's been your reality for so long. That's your comfort zone, right? But you'll see the new reality is kind of like flickering, right? It's like you get bits and pieces. Oh, you're feeling like you're in a new reality. Sometimes you're shifting. It's like, it can be overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh. And especially if you're making moves going to the next level, whether it's like your life purpose or relationship, right? Soulmate, twin flame connection. There has to be things that you let go of from the past so you can get to that reality. Because some of those things are not in vibration with the new reality. So they have to be let go. So if you're still holding on to these things that are attached to your old self, your old version of yourself, they're going to keep popping up for awareness. Like, it's going to trigger you probably. It's going to be temptations because it's like, which version are you kind of thing. So it's also about accepting the current reality. We're so obsessed on the future, which there really is no past or future, right? It's all, everything's right now. It's all the present moment. You still have to function in this reality you're in right now. You still have some things you need to work out before you get to the next one. If you were all ready to be in that new reality, you would be there. But there are some things you might need to let go of, some things you need to work on. Sometimes it's like financial things, right? Maybe you're trying to move. Maybe you're trying to get out of your 9-to-5 job and live your life purpose more, but you're not monetized on that yet, and you still have to live, right? You still have to function in 3D reality, do what you gotta do. So Maybe a transition phase. Maybe you met someone you want to be with and it's not quite the right time, or you have some healing you need to do. There's always a transition stage. Because you're going to feel like you're going crazy, having one foot in the other, one foot in the other. But if you're focused too much on the future, you're not in the present moment. And the present moment is where you make the changes where it can get to your goal, right? Your desired timeline. So, can you just accept the moment for what it is right now? Accept it. Allow the changes to come. Allow whatever needs to come up. Maybe it's emotional trigger. Whatever it is, allow it. You need to put your focus on the present moment, not so much in the future. I want this new timeline, this manifestation, whatever. But guess what? You're still in this reality right now. Sometimes we're not grounded in this reality, but you have to realize everything is mental before it manifests in the physical. There's a little bit of a lag time. Your power is in the present moment, and the more you let distractions get to you, there's so many distractions going on in the world right now, whether it's with the media, right, or news putting you in fear, or like old traumas coming up, old emotional triggers, limiting beliefs, because these are all coming up for awareness. It can be painful in the present moment. You don't want to face the present moment because it's painful. I just want to go to this reality. Nope, I don't care about this. Okay, I worked on my beliefs and my vibration, blah, blah, blah. But you have some shadow work to do, things you still need to deal with in this reality before you get there, things you need to let go of. You have choices you need to make right now in order to get you there. Accept your current reality. I'm not saying that's the final end-all be-all. Obviously, you're always shifting, but some people are literally, they've worked on themselves, they've done a lot of work, but what's holding them back is they can't accept the present moment. They are in resistance to the present moment. When you're in resistance to the present moment, you're resisting the flow of life. You can't transform to the next moment if you can't allow the changes that need to happen, allow what needs to come up, even if it's things that are triggering you or things that are coming to you for awareness that you need to let go of so you can get to that reality. Be mindful of where you're focusing your energy or shifting these timelines. It's really important to stabilize your nervous system because what you are focusing on is manifesting very quick. What you believe and feel about yourself, about situation, about manifestation, about the world, whatever, it's all manifest. So with that being said, also be mindful of what you're tuning into. Like if you're watching negative content all the time, fear-based content, your subconscious mind is programmed very easily. And if you're hanging around negative people all the time, that's going to affect the timeline you're shifting to. Everything is affecting the timeline you are shifting to. So just be mindful. You come back down to earth so we can manifest in this reality. You need to deal with what you need to deal with in this current reality. Allow the changes. Accept, okay, this might not be where I want to be exactly, but this is going to lead me to where I need to go because it's bringing awareness. Guess what? I manifest this current reality, so I need to deal with this before I go to the next reality, right? It's not permanent. What can I believe, feel, and what actions can I take in the present moment to get to my desired timeline? That's all I have for today. A little bit of a rant. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I also have a Facebook, an Instagram, and a TikTok. My links are in my profile description and in my channel description. I also offer transformational coaching if you're interested in that. My contact information is in this video description as well. Have a good day. Namaste.